Hey everybody, I'm back from TFF, and my voice is a little bit rough, so bear with me, okay? I got quite the exercise with my throat at TFF from all the singing. Texas, it's the land of cowboys, country music, fried butter, and furries as well. The last place you'd expect it, and honestly, I wouldn't expect a large population or gay community event to appear anywhere in Texas, but I was pleasantly surprised to go to TFF, Texas Furry Fiesta. It's a convention up in Dallas, which, if you've never been to a convention, good, stay home. That's so fucking crowded. I'm just kidding. They're great. Lots of new friends to make, lots of parties to be had, and a lot of different experiences to go. If you've never been to a convention, it's literally just 3 days of being in a hotel trapped with furries who sometimes shower. And depending on who you are, that might be a good thing. I'm not here to judge, okay? Anyway. The big thing about cons I feel like a lot of people don't really realize is that you kind of got to go into it with a bit of a plan of attack. You can't usually just show up and expect all the fun experiences to fall into your lap. So whenever people ask me, Neon, what's my #1 tip for going to a convention and having fun? And this goes for any convention. This isn't just specifically furry conventions. Go with some friends. Get some bitches on your dick. Go with some friends and have a plan of attack, or at least know a few people who are going to the same convention as you. Otherwise, it's gonna be a gamble whether or not you're gonna have a good time, because some people have a wonderful time. They meet a bunch of new friends, they get included in new friend groups, and it's a great time. Other times they feel left out, maybe feel a little lonely, not invited to any of these parties, and then they leave feeling like they were owed an experience that they didn't really work for. That's my Neon's advice. Go with some friends and have some friends at the convention that you can hang out with and have fun with. That's my #1 thing. But that leads me into my big point for this video. That I don't just want this to be what was Neon's experience at the con. I drink a lot of alcohol. Do you want to hear about that? Probably. In fact, actually, there's several stories I might be making videos on in the future. Like the time I had to yell at a TFF staff member. And I mean had to. I'll tell you about it later. Something that really struck me this event is bitches are mean. Like really, really mean. And not even for like legitimate reasons. 90% of the time, it was for Twitter reasons. And what I mean by that is it seemed that everyone at this convention had already made up their mind about a lot of different people, most of which they had never interacted with before, ever. They had only experienced this personality on Twitter, which is a terrible way to get to know someone. If you looked at only my Twitter, you would think that I have 2 things going for me. I'm a dog and I'm gay, and that's it. And maybe that might be true, but at least I like to think that it's not the only thing I have going for me. Don't leave weird comments. Don't comment about this. I'll cry. If you were on Twitter during the last week, first of all, what were you doing? Second of all, you may have spotted a certain bear fursuiter that was enticed to a room party that they were invited to, and then the party goers took advantage of the situation by refusing entry to the suitor and then filming him through a peephole as he left the party. And the whole thing was a big gotcha, like, oh, haha, we don't like you, so we invited you to this room party, only to not let you in.
That's embarrassing for him.
Oh my god.
Why is he waiting out there?
Leave!
I don't get it.
And it's stuff like that that's just in this weird, mean-spirited, just insidious manner that just doesn't feel good. Several times, people came up to me. They would point to someone and go, isn't that so-and-so? Didn't they do so-and-so? And I didn't know. And it was really scary because that could be happening to me too. Somebody could be sitting across the pool deck looking at me being like, isn't that Neon? Wasn't he weird on Twitter? And then they could hate me. And that's just that fear, that anxiety, all of a sudden, 1,000 eyes feeling like they're staring directly at me, and the feeling that people that I don't know have already formed an opinion of me and are going to act on that opinion and actively spread that opinion to other people. And that something about that is just intrinsically wrong to me, especially when it's about petty interpersonal issues. Oh, so-and-so was rude to so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Things that could have been solved with a conversation. rather than a full-blown Twitter call-out post. So it was really scary when people came up to me and asked me, oh, have you heard that so-and-so is here? I can't believe so-and-so is here. I can't believe they did X and XYZ. It was scary because what if people were doing that to me? And all of a sudden, I could feel all those eyes piercing my skin like I had just been told to change the color of crayon at the front of the classroom after being a naughty little boy in middle school. And no, Miss Anderson, I swear to God, it was Matthew's fault. But I digress. I realized that I hadn't personally interacted with or seen so many of these people that for some reason or another, other people had garnered a negative opinion on. Good, bad, whatever. And a lot of these opinions were really, really mean, you know? Oh, they shouldn't be here. Why are they here? Why are they in the same space as me? Now, don't take this as me saying that certain people don't deserve to be ostracized for certain behaviors, the things that would get me demonetized on YouTube for even mentioning. Of course they should. But I also extremely value the freedom that creating my own opinion affords. And I'd hope that someone gave me an opportunity to meet them and show them the majority of my personality that exists outside of something as shallow as social media. On my plane trip home, I was stopped by another furry who recognized me. We got to talking and we hit it off really well. They were super cool, they were super fun to talk to, and we ended up chatting while waiting for our luggage to come up down the baggage aisle, you know, like in the TSA baggage aisle. And once I had grabbed my bag and I went to say my goodbyes to this new friend, they asked me for my Twitter. You can imagine the brief awkwardness when it turns out that they had already blocked me on Twitter. But we shared a laugh and they were quick to tell me that it was from a long time ago, and I was quick to tell them that it's up to them to curate their own online experiences. I am, after all, annoying as hell. Anyway, the point is, when we left the airport as friends. And I thought it was a beautiful bookend to this convention. And a perfect example of what I had learned at this convention. Maybe we all can be just a little bit nicer to each other. And stop forming your opinions exclusively from social media posts. For the love of God. Anyway, slop responsibly. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!